All right. Shout out to AVS, Saint AVS. I never have time to go on live, and my truck's always loud, so I figure while I'm at home right now, I will record my testimony, hopefully with a little better audio. So, long story short, well, not really short, in 2023 in September, I was in the depths of a meth binge, diagnosed narcoleptic on several medications for narcolepsy, and I was living in my trailer, smoking meth, mowing grass, being poor, depressed, no relationships, no family, no nothing, and September 1st, I cried out to God, and He heard my cry. He healed me, set me free from narcolepsy, drugs, prescriptions. And the first 2 days of being clean was pretty bad. I felt like I'd lost my salvation. I felt like God didn't love me anymore. I probably would have killed myself if I didn't think I was going to go straight to hell. So that couldn't have been any further from the truth. And then I came across a video on YouTube by a brother of mine now, a friend, called Saint AVS. It was the video about Isaiah Salvador and wolves in sheep's clothing. And he brought the true gospel of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 2:8-9, that we're saved by grace through faith, not of ourselves, not of works. And that changed my life. When I believed on the Lord Jesus Christ alone for my salvation, for my life, everything changed. Fast forward a month later, I got a job down the street from my house, driving a truck for KM Wood Products, and it really blew my mind because I was actively praying for a job. I'd passed my DOT physical. I had not had any sleep issues the whole month of September. So when I went over and met those guys, I pulled in the yard, and Ron, one of the dispatchers, was out there. He had just pulled in from lunch, and I start talking to him. I had some stuff I wanted to sell for trucking, and he asked me if I was a driver. I said, yeah. He said, are you looking for a job? I said, yeah. I said, I got 4 felonies. By this time, we'd walked inside the office there, and the owner, Kendall Mast, great guy, friend of mine, he come in behind us, and we're just in this little office room. And Ron says to Kendall, he says, hey, Kendall, this guy, he wants a job. He's got 4 felonies. And Kendall says, well, that's all right. We can work with that. And I said, for murder? And Kendall says, you're here now, aren't you? And I thought, wow, that's a pretty good answer. But it's for drugs, selling drugs, possession of drugs, and taxes. So anyway, we kept talking, and I get excited because the shop was like, well, it was like a quarter of a mile, maybe a half mile from where I was staying at the time from my house. I had a trailer actually on some land. So I'm excited, and I say, man, do you guys believe in prayer? Kendall gets up, walks out of the room. I almost thought I defended him there for a second. Ron goes on to tell me, yeah, we're a Christian company. We believe in Jesus, So I'm excited that here comes Kendall back in the room. He's got an application, flips to the end, says sign here, go do your UA, come back, we'll get you in a truck. So I go do my first UA, passed. First time I'd ever able to just go do a UA and pass it, Come back, and they put me in a truck, a W900 Kenworth, hot rod truck, real good looking truck. On the way down to pick up the truck in Joplin, Ron gave me a ride, my dispatcher, one of them. And he says, did Kendall tell you why he hired you? I said, no, but it sure is a blessing. Well, Ron goes on to tell me that they was at the Mexican restaurant right before they met me. And Kendall, Ron, a couple other dispatchers, I don't know who all was there, several people, he bowed his head, prayed over lunch, asked for God to send him a driver. They'd had a guy quit out in Washington, and they really needed a driver. So they eat their lunch. They go out to their trucks. Ron leaves first. I come by right behind Ron. Kendall says to Ron, he says, I look to my right and I see this guy on a Harley go by. I pull out behind him. His blinker goes on. He pulls in the shop talking about, hey, do you guys believe in prayer? I'm a driver. I need a job. That's that story. So that started my driving career. I've been doing it for a year. A day or two ago, been with them. I'm transferring to another company that's more suited for what I got going on. KM Wood Products is a great company. Love all the people. Love the guys. Kendall's got all hot rod trucks. It's all good, but just a few things I got to do different for me. But great experience. They taught me so much. And yeah. Anyway, so when I'm trucking out there on Thanksgiving of 2023, I met a guy named Andre Grant. And he got me into reading. He actually gave me these books called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And another book called How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So that got me started into my real estate venture of Airbnbs. And, up until this year, I've never been able to drive to another town without falling asleep. I've wrecked cars, wrecked trucks. I've been on all kinds of medications for sleep. Can't stay awake. And this whole year it's been, I don't know how to say it. I've been just so filled up with energy and a drive. I'm up at 4. I go to bed pretty early, about dark. Anywhere I'm at, if it's dark, I'm going to bed. But I'm up all day, every day, driving, working, talking, telling people about Jesus, this, that, and the other thing. And so after reading these books or listening to them on the radio while I'm trucking, I started getting into this idea of starting an Airbnb with my trailer that I was living in. Well, then that kind of blossomed out to I wanted to get a double wide, and then I was going to get approved for a big loan, and then I found out I was qualified for a 0% first-time homebuyer's loan. So that's what I did. So now I've just bought a new house, got a new Harley, got a new house, a new career. Things are going great. Just God's gave me the ability to finally have a life and do things and not be chained up to a prescription bottle or a bag of dope or whatever. So life is good, even when it's not good. There's been times that it's rough. But I've learned that all things work good for the glory, all things work good for those who love the Lord and are called to his purpose. I think that's the verse. All things work good for the glory of God, and something like that. I didn't write anything. I didn't plan to do this video, but it's awful quiet this morning. And, I'm at the house. This is my Airbnb. So I'm over the road for a month. And the whole month I'm gone, I rent it out. So it pays for itself. My plan is to get several more of these all over the country over the course of the next 5 or 10 years. So God has just really gave me abilities that I've never had before in my life, just to live life, And I can tell anybody that's struggling, I'm not trying to tell you to quit drugs, quit drinking. I'm trying to tell you, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. Trust in him, because everything you're going through, no matter where you're at or what's going on, it's not a surprise to God. Nah. He's got you there for a reason, mostly probably to glorify his name. No matter where you're at, be a light. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, you shall be saved. Trust in him. And everything might not go good, but you'll have peace while it's not going good. You'll have joy, and you won't have to be afraid no matter what you're dealing with. When you got the peace of the Lord, when you got Jesus in your heart and you're trusting in him, it doesn't matter if things go bad. It doesn't matter if they're good, bad, or ugly, because you know what's up. You can have peace. And another thing to do is like and subscribe to Saint AVS on YouTube. He started recently doing a Bible study every day, verse of the day, every morning, live stream, interactive, ask questions, fellowship, get in the chat. We're all it's the craziest thing. It's like 2 or 3 hours every morning that I look forward to. It's Sunday this morning, so it's not, what is the date today? It's this October 6th, Sunday morning. AVS is not putting a video out. He takes a break on Sunday morning, so that's what I would be doing right now. So, but if you're watching this, get on his channel, check it out, join us in the chat, and get discipled. Learn about God. Learn the true gospel of Jesus Christ. Not all this stuff, not works-based salvation.